Welcome back to our data diagnostic series. If you've been following along, you know we've already done deep dives into 20 universities. We're talking the big leagues: NTU, NCCU, NCU, NCKU, Tsinghua, Central, NTNU, Taipei Taipei Medical, Chengxing, Chengcheng, Sun Yat-sen, NCUE, Kaohsiung Medical, NTUE, National University of Kaohsiung, Chenggang, Suzhou, CYCU, and Tunghai. Phew, that's quite a list. Well, today we're shifting gears. We are putting Tamkang University, or TKU, under the microscope, doing a brutally honest department-by-department breakdown and comparing it directly against that elite 20-school pool we just mentioned. Let's see how they stack up.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the context and our popularity metric, look at three major variables currently affecting TKU, break down their strengths, stable departments, and glaring weaknesses, before wrapping up with a future strategy.
Section 1. Context and the popularity metric. Let's quickly establish our baseline.
Before diving into the data, you absolutely have to know how we calculate a department's true market popularity. We use a formula that perfectly balances the filing rate, meaning how many eligible students actually put it on their list, against its national ranking order. By doing this, we prevent easy-to-enter departments from artificially inflating their popularity. It's all about genuine demand versus actual entry difficulty.
Now, a super important disclaimer before we move on. TKU's numerical rankings might look a bit low today, meaning a higher ranked number. But remember, we've purposely excluded dozens of regional and private universities from this data set. We are throwing TKU into the ring with titans like NTU and NCKU. So just holding its ground here is actually a massive testament to its real market value.
Section 2. Three variables affecting TKU. Let's look at the macro trends shifting these rankings.
Tamkang doesn't operate in a vacuum, right? Three massive events have completely shaken things up recently. In 2021, integrating the Lanyang campus back to Tamsui caused some initial hesitation among applicants. Then, the 2022 curriculum chaos made top-tier students play it safe, which actually spiked TKU's rankings artificially. But the real game changer? 2024. The government rolled out private tuition subsidies, leveling the financial playing field and driving students straight back to TKU.
Section 3. TKU strengths in information technology and humanities. Let's check out the titans of Tamkang.
This is where TKU really shines. Driven by the massive AI hardware boom in Taiwan, Computer Science Group A is an absolute powerhouse, sitting at rank 389 and blowing past peers like CICU and THU. The new Artificial Intelligence department is also surging at 613. For electrical engineering, the Info Group is super competitive at 597, directly rivaling Tunghai University, while the EE System Group at 627 and EE Com Group at 656 are holding down a very solid foundation.
Now here's a totally fascinating twist. TKU's traditional humanities programs have such incredible brand power that their market popularity actually beats out several engineering degrees. I mean, history at 406 and Chinese at 435? That is huge. Japanese and English are right there too, at 468 and 467, going toe-to-toe with Suzhou University. For European languages, German at 621, French at 635, and Spanish at 628 make up a really solid mid-tier. Russian is lagging a bit at 777, but hey, it remains a very specialized niche.
Section 4. Stable departments across business, engineering, and communications. Let's explore the solid middle ground. In the business and social science realm, accounting at 579 and finance at 593 are the undeniable core pillars, constantly chasing Suzhou University, while economics sits comfortably at 647. Public and business admin are highly competitive at 550 and 677. Thanks to the big data boom, statistics and data science is at 666 and info management is at 626. We also see incredibly stable utility in transport at 708, management science at 795, and marketing at 790. Finally, specialized niches like industrial econ, risk management, and international business round things out in the low 700s.
Shifting over to engineering, architecture, and communications. Aerospace is a fantastic, unique asset for a private school, ranking 595, well ahead of Precision Mech at 733. Architecture has a stellar industry reputation, but it sits at 634, probably because a 5-year program carries a heavier tuition burden. The foundational infrastructure majors are rock solid: civil at 590, water resources at 705, and environmental engineering at 695. The same goes for chemical engineering and materials at 582, and mech and electro at 738. In the media space, mass comm at 704, infocom at 706, and info and library at 699 remain absolute staples for the industry.
Section 5. Weaknesses, specifically English and Sciences. Welcome to the danger zone.
We promised you brutal honesty in this explainer, so we are not going to sugarcoat the areas where Tamkang is severely lagging. Pretending a problem doesn't exist won't fix it. Look at this side by side. On the left, CS Group A is thriving at 389 because students want practical, hard skills. But on the right, the all-English CS track absolutely tanks down to 764. The language barrier is actively scaring students away, pure and simple.
And unfortunately, that all-English penalty is a massive trend across the board. The all-English tracks for finance, international business, and political economy are all struggling with low market acceptance in the 600s and 700s. Tourism and tourism overseas all-English are dragging at 779 and 781. Info app and software innovation all-English, they drop all the way down into the 840s. Beyond that, the campus integration lag really hurt the English all-English and Lanyang English programs. And let's talk about the rebranding penalty. Changing to abstract names absolutely terrified applicants. Education and future design plummeted to 798. Education technology is at 625, and diplomacy is at 572, all taking hits just from confusing new names.
Then we have the basic sciences, which are frankly being heavily marginalized. Chemistry at 651 and materials chem at 637 lag way behind peers like CYCU. Applied math and data science is at 692, and standard math is at 707, again trailing rivals like SQU. Physics Astro at 701, Physics Quantum at 721, and the Advanced Materials program at 743 are all really struggling for visibility right now.
Finally, we literally cannot pretend the youth savings account scheme isn't broken. Every single combination, combinations 1, 3, 4, 5, and 2, are sitting at the absolute rock bottom of the entire national list, ranking from 908 all the way down to 914. The idea of high schoolers working first and then returning to school through this specific pipeline is proving to be a highly impractical, complete design failure.
Section 6. Summary and Future Strategy. Where does Tamkang go from here?
Let's look at the projections moving forward. We had that massive peak in 2022 from the curriculum chaos, followed by a noticeable dip due to restructuring hesitation. But look at 2025. Thanks to those new private tuition subsidies we mentioned earlier, we are projecting a really strong, sustained recovery for TKU's core departments. So, what does this all mean for you? With those tuition subsidies leveling the playing field, will Tamkang's massive restructuring finally pay off, or will the all-English tracks and basic sciences keep dragging them down? It is a fascinating crossroads for the university. The biggest takeaway here? Do not just blindly choose a school based on its brand name. You have to look at the cold, hard data and evaluate the true market value of the exact department you're applying to. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and we will catch you in the next one.